Brandel Chamblee, Golf Channel analyst, back on the program. Brandel, does it count if you get a hole-in-one on the golf simulator?
I think so. I think you should count it, Dan, if you've made one.
I've made one, but I just had a tee shot, the par 3 7th at Pebble, and it almost went in. And I called it right off the club. I said, I think that's going to be a hole-in-one, and it lipped out. So,
it's so rare. I think you can count it. I think you can get away with it.
Thank you.
I like that. It's a better story anyway.
How many hole-in-ones do you have?
3, and I haven't made one in about 12 years. So I should start hitting in the simulator. Maybe to play the hole over and over and over and over and over. I get more reps. Do
the pros have to buy the clubhouse around if they get a hole-in-one during a tournament?
Pros don't pay for anything, Dan. They get free shirts and cars and jets. They don't buy. They don't reach in their pockets. Are you kidding me?
We were talking about this with the sports media. Do we like the way sports is covered now with today's media or 20 years ago?
Oh, well, I think we like the way sports are covered. Now, I just don't think the athletes do. I certainly don't think the professional golfers do. I mean, the professional golfers years ago, 20, 30 years ago, had a relationship with the media that they don't have anymore. Maybe it's because there are other outside sources in the media that are not maybe as well known to the professional golfers. They don't know who they are. They're a bit suspicious. And then, of course, there's social media. So it's almost like the players don't need the media to tell their story. They can tell their own story.
Well, Tiger has his own website, and I've said all along, if I'm an athlete, I would put the information that I want out there on my own website. So Tiger's been able to do that, some of these other guys. But also, I don't know if we're curious about golfers off the golf course. We got curious about Tiger. What would life have been like for Nicklaus or Palmer or Sam Snead or some of these other guys if you had social media covering them, because they were rock stars?
They were rock stars, but they had these really close relationships with writers. Arnold Palmer was close with Bob Drum and Dan Jenkins. Of course, Dan Jenkins was also close with Ben Hogan. Jack Nicklaus was close with a lot of different writers, Ken Bowden, Nick Seitz, and so on and so forth. So they had developed all these relationships. But if there was other outside sources of media that were not known to the golf world, I'm sure they would have been suspicious as well. But yeah, we would have had just as many controversies if the media that exists today existed then. It's almost like you want to know just enough about your idols. I don't want to know everything about them. I just want to know what they can do between the ropes. After that, I really don't want to know what else is going on.
We also talked about LeBron. He's chasing a ghost in Michael Jordan. He'll never catch him in some people's minds. No matter what he does, he doesn't catch him because we romanticize about certain players at certain times in our lives. Golf is going to have this whenever that day is where Tiger's going to be chasing the ghost of Tiger when he comes back. But do you see that? How's that going to impact the sport when you have everybody who will never live up to Tiger Woods and or Jack Nicklaus?
It's already impacting the sport. You watch Jordan Spieth. He's 20 years old. He's doing amazing things that even Tiger Woods wasn't doing at the age of 20. And yet, because he's not cashing in every time he has a chance to win, people are criticizing him, saying that he's succumbing to the pressure. Because Tiger set this unrealistic bar of closing 54-hole leads, something that even Jack Nicklaus didn't approach. So you're right. Tiger chases Tiger. The whole world chases Tiger, and nobody can sustain that juxtaposition. Nobody. You compare anybody to Tiger, and they're going to look on a far inferior level, and it's a bit of a shame. And I think that's part of the reason why so many of the players have this sort of antagonistic relationship with members of the media.
He's Brandel Chamblee of the Golf Channel joining us, Dan Patrick Show. But you were one of the few who didn't wait for the scandal to be critical of Tiger Woods. If you didn't like his swing or the way he was acting, or you weren't afraid to give your opinion. Everybody waited till the scandal, and then everybody piled on. Why did you? I don't know. You weren't afraid.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I'll tell you why, Dan. Because first of all, I never commented what he did that brought on that scandal. It's not my job. I'm not a social commentator.
Mm-hmm.
My commentary is about what he did between the ropes. And when I saw somebody who could win major championships, make 142 cuts in a row, win 4 majors in a row by 15 and 8 shots. What are you trying to do in sport besides develop a consistency, win the biggest events, and beyond that, win by the largest margins? And then to see somebody dismantle that golf swing of their own volition, not forced to, but dismantle that golf swing, it'd be like the '98 Chicago Bulls completely changing their lineup, getting rid of Michael Jordan because they found some other player that they think, that nobody else thinks is better than Michael Jordan. It was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in sport, not golf. And then to change his golf swing again 4 different times. Now, if you change your golf swing and then he has this 2-year lapse and then he gets back to where he was, what have you gained? You've lost those 2 years. And for an athlete, time is everything. And I think if Tiger hadn't changed his golf swing, he would have won 25 majors by now. So to me, it was just ridiculous. And I'm saying that because I'm a fan. I'm saying that because I was witnessing golf at its highest level, an athlete at a level that none of us could have ever seen, and then to see it dismantled by the fellow that had the talent. I wanted to watch. I wanted to watch Secretariat keep running those races.
Well, it's ego, right?
What's that?
It's ego.
Maybe it's ego, and I mean, we'll never know exactly what it is, but Dan, I think it was boredom. I think it was,
You think he was
boredom.
He was so good he was bored.
I think he was bored.
Wow.
I think he knew that he could do this and still come back with whatever it was he had and blow people away. Because if you think about it, when he did come back, let's say after he decided to change his golf swing in 2002 with Butch, he switched to Hank Haney. It took a 2-year lapse. He came back in 2005. And in 2007, his scoring average was 67.79. That's exactly the thousandth of a point what it was in 2000. And he won at a higher percentage. Now, he didn't win majors the same way. He didn't blow them out, and he didn't win by the same percentage, but he was close. So I think he realized that he was so good that he didn't have to stick with what he had. He could change his golf swing and still come back and tattoo Nike all over everybody's forehead with one hand behind his back.
I think it's like Picasso saying, I'm going to paint left-handed now. I'm tired of this right-handed nonsense.
Exactly.
Wow.
I think he's saying exactly. I mean, maybe that's what Cubism was with Picasso. Maybe he said, I'm tired of this other medium. I'm going to start painting in geometric measures, and nobody's going to know what it is, but I'm going to tell you it's cool. And maybe that was it. I mean, geniuses never adhere to anything that makes sense. They break away and do crazy things. So part of it has been frustrating from my perspective, just because I just wanted to see him win more majors by 15 shots. But on the other hand, it was amazing to me to see him come back with a different golf swing and win at a higher percentage.
Before I let you go, the winning score on Sunday will be what?
4 under par.
So Martin Keimer's got to come back to earth, and some other guy, right?
Martin Keimer, he makes golf look so easy when he's on, and he's making it look easy right now. But this is a huge caveat. If Mother Nature will give us a firm, fast golf course, 4 under par. If not, hell, it may be 12 under par. There's such a difference. I mean, I'm pretty disappointed right now. I'm sure the USGA is. Last year we thought Marion was going to play really, really easy. It played hard. This year we thought this golf course was going to play really hard, and it's playing easy. So, but I'm still hopeful that we'll get a dry golf course and it'll be 4 under.
Always great to talk to you. Tell Frank Nobilo we said hello.
I'll do it. He's the best. Enjoy it, and always nice talking to you too, Dan.
Thank you, Brandel. Brandel Chamblee of the Golf Channel.